So I kind of briefly told you guys last week that I was putting the Valenian system into Genesis. Well, you can see from all the dust, he has not been used in it a long while. But without any major issues, I was able to get the system installed, and if I flip it over, you can see that I'm using 32 pitch gears, and it's pretty loud, but hey, it works. I didn't want to mount a different pinion on it for some strange reason. I don't know why I didn't feel like doing that, but this is the setup I'm running right now. And I'm getting pretty close to finishing the upgrade video for Scylla. I just need to mount everything back on the chassis. I could do that anytime I want to, but right now I want to drive Genesis because it would probably be a long time before I do that again. So I'm going to be just using some of these old 3S LiPos that I had for my Mini, plugging that in and just having some speed runs down the street, have some fun. You know what I mean? But it does look pretty cool. It's like a little, looks a little bit like Demon. It's funny. And right now I could really use your guys' help. I was just fiddling around with it, doing the steering like I normally do to check if it's on. But look at this. There's like a whole half a second delay in there. And I'm just wondering what's that from. Is the servo dying, perhaps? It's a pretty good possibility, but if it does, that would suck. But if it's something like, I don't know, what would it be? What could it possibly be? If I switch the servo port, would it work better? But it's just very strange. I never had this issue before. So let me know in the comments if you want to propose an idea as to what the problem could be. But with some bad news, there has to be some good news. And believe me, there definitely is some good news this week. We're starting off with the Sidewinder 3 ESC cage for the Mini E Revo. You can see these little mounts on the side. That's so it can slide on like the stock ESC. And I've actually figured out that this is going to work really, really well. So I'm just modifying some of the measurements so that it'll work perfectly, but okay, yeah, this part broke off, but I have added reinforcement to the new design, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, it slides on just perfectly. I have to shave down a little bit of the motor mount, which is unfortunate, but I will get that done anyway. But yeah, just check this out. Of course, the final print will be in black to put on there, because white just doesn't look great, but right now I'm still in the prototype stages and figuring out the exact measurements and how it will fit. But I expect this to be finished for the next print. I don't think I should have any more issues after that with the dimensions and whatnot. So, I guess now it's time to show you the design on the TV. Sorry about the flickering, but anyway, if I grab my mouse here, I can bring this around, rotate it. So this I just need to make it circular and curved, like I do over here. Not a big deal. I've added some extra stuff detailed to that, and here you can see the extra reinforcement, so that's 1.5 millimeters thick now instead of 0.5 millimeter, which is a lot better. That's why it broke beforehand. And then over here I'm contemplating whether or not to add some lettering to this top piece right here, which would either say SCAR or SV3. I originally had it to say SV3, but I ended up getting rid of it because the printer being used at the time was not accurate enough to do some decent lettering. But with this new one, it should be. So, yeah, that should be done in the next couple weeks. And if you didn't know already, SCAR used to be in a lot of pieces before, and he also got a new chassis, and guess what? I finally got that installed and died, along with the other chassis for the Slash 4x4. I'm going to be putting that back together as well. Pretty much just slides right on there. I've already tested it. It fits super, super good. I'm going to have to take it off and shave that down with a Dremel sometime later this weekend. And then all the batteries fit in there perfectly fine. I might get some new battery doors, but I don't think it's necessary. It still clips into place. Mount the switch and everything. But something this car has been missing for quite a few months now is a body. And many of you know that I sent my body to Dark Ecliptic Art for him to paint, and guess what? He got it done. It looks pretty sick. Now, this is from his latest update video. It's mainly using white all around, and then you have some silver or gray fading flames back, and then you just have black on the fenders. I really like that. And what's even better is it has carbon fiber on the back to have that realistic bed look. Now, I swear to God, if this does not fit on the car properly, because it's back end right here, I will be so ticked off. It looks like it should, because those mounting points are pretty far back. But anyway, I could also do some extra stuff. I've sent to my address. He should be sending it back sometime next week, hopefully, if he's not too busy. And then it'll take about a week to arrive. I'm really excited to get that body here. Really, really excited.